for hand traps. Turn this around. Maxi, 3 Ash, and 3 Droll. I was expecting to play Spiral, and I played a lot of Spiral. I played 8 actually Spiral matches, so these always came in clutch. I drew Droll as the 5th card probably like 2-3 times. That was nice. So hand traps right there were good. Some extenders and good playmakers were Exodius, and to complement that is Venus. These 2 cards can lead me to Gears through draw 3, and then from draw 3 I have other extenders to make firewall boards and larger boards that are just unbreakable. And then obviously Shine Balls, so faithful, draw them all the time. And so yeah, they were really good, no complaints. I love those cards. Now for the World Chalice monsters. I decided to max out on almost all of them. So for here, I played a 3 Glee and 3 Legacy. These are the heart and soul of the deck. You need these. And why this deck I think is good is that it can play around a lot of common hand traps. I was ashed, reapered a lot, and it just was not effective because you can mask your effects with World Chalice, and it just works out really well. And so like they won't even be able to use their Ash if you use your cards correctly and order the chain links right. And then the 2 Dog definitely might bump this up to 3. It's another hand trap essentially. If they target anything that's linked, it doesn't have to be co-linked. It'll negate and destroy. So those are really good. And the 3 Vanillas, 100% worth because they're psychic. I play another card I'll show you later. But that was for all the World Chalice. Really faithful. Leaves a great card, normal and special. So and now for some 1-0s. Lazuli for Brilliant Fusion. It's actually really, really good in this deck because if I can make a play where I can E-Telly or Unexpected Die to get a normal monster in my grave, I can send for a Brilliant Fusion and then add that normal monster back as a free resource. And so it's really complements the deck. Gofu, because I'm playing a Link deck, and Gofu's actually nuts. And then Dandelion. This card's actually really underrated. It's really good. I did multiple times in the tournament where I would summon Exodius and battle phase, swing into something that was really weak, and then send a Dandelion, and then get its effect to get 2 tokens, which is really great. Also, another interaction with Lee is that if you have Dandelion in hand and the Lee and the World Legacy card, you can do the whole board because you can send this from your hand to add Lee back and then get 2 tokens. So this is really versatile. I also used Aurum to bring it back and then make another, like use it once and then bring it back with Aurum because it's a monster reborn, and then blink again and make more tokens. And the 1-of package, right here. Gamma Seal and the 2 field spells. These were amazing. Every time I saw this and my hand was somewhat playable and I got the Gamma Seal out, it was almost automatically game. Because if you play this card right, you can get 3 negates off of it, not including any other card in your hand, which is hand traps, firewalls. It is ridiculous. Tri-gates. It was ridiculous. I made the double firewall Tri-gate Gamma Seal board twice, and they were just instant losses. So that's that. And this is also a really good side fodder for going second. So that was that. And then now for some 1-ofs. E-Telly. It's a really, really good center. This card's underrated. If this was at 2 or 3, I'd be playing it. No doubt. It's actually really amazing. So yeah, I just wish this was out more, honestly. Sorry. And then Soul Charge, Skill Charge.
So good.
This card leads to, if you don't get any other extenders, say you just open Venus in this, your board will end still pretty crazy, so it's actually really great.
Awesome.
And then another one of Foolish, really great. I sent Dandelion probably like 5 times the whole tournament, which was amazing. Usually like I put this in to send Lee or send Venus or even send Exodius so I can add it back with Firewall, but I ended up just finding that I would just draw this off in Gears, so you draw 2 or 3 cards as an extender, and send this becomes 2 monsters, essentially. So that was really great. Some more extenders, Unexpected Die. This combos really, really well with Brilliant Fusion. I know, the 1 ulti. I'm sad, but I had to play it. It's really, really great. It starts all your combos. Some hands are just so wonky that you just need a monster that isn't your normal summon, so that's where this card comes in great. And it combos with this, like I said, where you can send a Lazuli after you use this with a normal monster, get that back. Great cards. And as the last tech choice, I played the Phantom Acid Shade Brigade. This card's actually really, really good in this deck for an underrated reason. The fact that it's a normal monster, not considered a token, so you can make it with Induk, and it has the same effect as E-Telly and Unexpected Die. The only downside is that you just don't get actual normal monster in your grave, so you can't benefit with the Brilliant Fusion, but it's still like, I'll have wonky hands where I'll just have this and the World Legacy and a Lee, and the hand's nuts then, because then I can just make it all work. And it's a good side out card too also, which is really great. The main deck was 42. I really wanted to make 40, but I cut Upstart and then put in the Gamma Seal and the 2 field spells, and I was so glad I did because that card's nuts. Like I said, if you resolve it, it's almost all.
I know we were talking about yesterday, we were like figure out 41, 42.
And especially if they hand trap me and I have a Gamma Seal and they have just 4 or 5 cards to play with, it's nuts. Some tokens, go for tokens. Shout out to Thatch Bell and all those guys. Well, dead card games. Metabots. For the Link ones, I got 3 Mduk and 2 Link Spider. This is really needed. This is like your Brilliant Fusion in the deck, and this is what gets the play started. Also helps you mask effects. This card's amazing. I would not put it to 2. It's just in grind games. I'll have games where like I'll normal this and get strike, and then I'll have to stop, and then I just need more. So it's really great. And Link Spider also 2 of them helps for starting combos, and the second one is for finishing him with Trigate. So that's why you play 2. Link 2s, I got Proxy Dragon and 2 Ib and an Aurum. I considered just bumping up this to 2 just because it's so great. Like every time I resolve this card and I want to use it again and it's in the grave, I'm really sad. The only reason I wouldn't play 2 is because Exodius, I can shuffle it back and then reuse it. But obviously games that I wanted to make a second one, I didn't have the Exodius, so sad. This card's amazing. This card's amazing. And Proxy Dragon's there for some wonky occasions where I have 2 monsters of the same type or same attribute. I can't make a nib, or I need to make the Trigate for it, and that's why that's there. It's really great too. So Link 3s, I got Trigate, Gaia, and Ningirsu. All really, really great cards. They all have their good works. This is the only card I would ever consider cutting in the extra deck. But again, this is for hands that are like really wonky, and you have to like soul charge, make 3 monsters, and then make a firewall. Trigate, amazing card. Going second, I wouldn't even go the 3 link. I would just go 2 and then banish a card, and it worked out really, really well. And Ningirsu, again, hard soul in the deck, drawing 3 cards and sending cards. Just igniting cards away is great, and then Monster Reborning it and then doing it again because it's soft once per turn.
You don't need more than 1 in the deck?
No, because of Exodius, shuffling it back, and half the time I make this, I actually want this to be engraved so I can revive it with Aurum and to keep doing those kind of plays, or even Soul Charge or anything else cutting extenders like that. So really great. The extra deck is so tight, unfortunately, and the last 3 cards, 2 Firewall. I never needed a 3rd. This card's insane. Like, it's only going to get more insane as we get more Link monsters, and it's going to be easier to make more Link monsters. As soon as Scoldy comes out, this deck will actually be crazy. So no complaints. This card's crazy. And then there's the last one, obviously, the Gem Knight. The value. I actually never used the Brilliant Fusion's effect to send a spell this game, but I have before, so it's pretty funny. But this card's great. Link fodder, free monsters, and why I love Brilliant Fusion the most is that it's a foolish burial in a sense. I can send a Venus, and then I can bring it back with Aurum and do the whole Shine Ball plays and make crazy board. That's the point of this deck. And throughout the tournament, people made